the idea was to go out to try and find hizo gaps zilikuwa found in the food supply chain during this period ya corona. But at first vitu zilikuwa a bit vague. Hatukuwa tunajua how everything will come to fruition.
It was just an eye opener. I was like, wow, they're trying to understand what the ladies who are in informal market are going through during this period of COVID. People would, maybe if someone would be doing research, no one would consider them because they are at the bottom of the scale of, if you look, there are people who are in big industries. So it's like, wow, maybe this is really interesting.
Our first field work was in Marikiti. I had no idea what we were going to do, and I remember we were divided. Actually, everyone went, no, we were divided. Some people were in groups, others went individually. I was alone. So I was in Marikiti, mimi nimesimama tu naangalia vitu zine. I know it was to observe, but I didn't know to observe alafu nini happen. So I was just observing, nashindwa nitauliza nani swali, and then nasikia nipigie kina Felix simu naulize, we nini tunafanya? Mimi nilikuwa, to be honest, nilikuwa tu. Because I know Mike, our trainer, had given instructions, but juu mimi at that time, sikuwa on the same level na the rest. So nilienda to field. Niliobserve kila kitu, nikauliza maswali zenye mimi nitaweza kulearn biz and all that. So I came back with information zenye mimi mwenyewe nilikuwa nataka kujua. But kufika class nikapata kumbe hata ni vitu zenye Mike alikuwa anataka. So from there on nikajua, okay, in as much as Mike is telling us so much, and then even I think he was telling us about modules, sama ni nini. Alikuwa anatuambia vitu zingine mimi sijaisikia before, because me I'm not a researcher.
Kuna 3 months, 6 months na 1 year.
But ni tunapata ilikuwa na take time kabla sasa get used to yeye. So nilikuwa napata labda unaweza swali for feedback, hakuna manda kujibu. Juu pia ni virtual. So mwenye kamera iko kwake ndiye atajibu. Kasi kamera iko kwangu naweza jitoa ama naweza angalia kando. Na kamera iko kwangu hata kwa ameniona. So nilikuwa difference hizo session mbili. Mike kiwa hapo lazima ukairada. But ni unajua ni mwenye anaangalia tu kwa kamera ama ameshika jina yako. Ndio atashinda naye kila time. So kulikuwa na nini kama hiyo. Alafu it take longer kujaribu kuzoea. Watu walianza kuzoea niti tukianza tunamaliza hii coursework, so tunaanza go into field work. Ndio wase I think ilikuja pia na ndio walielewa nini wanafaa kuwa wanafanya. So walielewa late wakaanza kuelewa nini late compared na Mike.
Kuna experience ilikuwa nayo. Like if Niti was there, then maybe angekuwa anatuonesha tu directly, she'll be like, okay, let's do this. But then since she was not there, we just had, if she said something and then we couldn't get it, she had to explain it, but then we had to figure it out how to do it ourselves. So I think that was maybe a benefit to some extent, because ilikuwa lazima figure it out na sisi wenyewe tuifanye.
After hiyo session ya Niti, tulikuwa tuna take time kidogo, like wasana discuss nikaa kupeana feedback. Tunapeana feedback wenyewe. So hapo ndio tulikuwa wenye hiyo English ilitupita, tulikuwa tuna understand. So haikukuwa like mtu ana assume mtu ati mimi si facilitate hiyo ni shit. So maybe wewe mwenye ana facilitate hakuelewa. So unaweza pata like for example kama Amina juu zingine alikuwa na hata, so ilikuwa inabidi tunasaidiana time ya feedback. So maybe mimi nili understand, Amina haku understand. Na hao ndo alikuwa group ya facilitation, so tulikuwa tunasaidiana. So mimi kinipita mse mwingine at least alikuwa na get, but time ya kupeana feedback tukiwa wenyewe tulikuwa tuna understand.
Tunapenda kufanya vitu rahisi sana kwa kutengeneza soko yenye ni possible. Kuna kile alikuwa anasema rapid ethnography, mimi sikuwa naelewa ni nini. Hadi later on akarudia rapid ethnography ile inaitwa nini, zile questions tulikuwa tunajaza. Mimi sikuwa naelewa hizo terms zingine zake. So with time ndio tunaelewa. So with time tukishaanza kuelewa tumeanza kufanya yenyewe, and at least tulikuwa on the same level, but at the beginning hatukuwa same level. Ilikuwa inatufunza tuna nini tu. Tunajaribu kuelewa okay ni nini unadai, nini tunafaa kufanya.
I think maybe high expectations of us at the beginning was she was working with the student. But then I think as sessions went by, and then we'll come on the table and then we'll be like, I think Niti, this doesn't work, and then maybe this will work better. Because I think if you are a student, in most cases than not, you'll just be listening to the teacher. You'll just be taking content, and it will be very hard to tell the teacher at some point, we don't think this can work, because it's syllabus you have to follow. But then with Niti, it was really different. I think we had that colleague interaction, because we will go back to Niti, we'll go to the field with whatever she taught us, and then we're like, no, we just don't think this work with them. And I think that's what colleagues do. So I think that's why she referred to us as colleague. And at some point, she even made us feel we are her colleagues, because she was listening. She'd be like, okay, so tell me, what do you think can work? What do you think doesn't work? So I think that's why it was really nice here.
Mimi naitwa Michael Mulinge. We are a team from Tazama World Media. Another thing that was very important, Niti she was not a teacher per se, but she'd make sure she'd give us reading material. So that is what you'd retire home with and look at it and say, okay, if I'll do horizon scanning, then I'll go and read and make sure my session is at best. I'll give it the best I can. So I think the reading material was helpful, and later on, a lot of things crystallized, a lot of things came into fruition because it just needed time.
Preparation ya Niti kenye ilinisaidia ni content wise. Naweza sema content alitupatia ilikuwa ni more than enough. So already ilikuwa na boost confidence yangu nikienda kwa ground. Kinapatia asi ni content mzuri. So uka facilitate unajua already uko na content, so hiyo ndio inakuboost nini yako.
Actually, she helped us in ways we didn't think she would, because tukianza we thought tunakuja kutrainiwa, and then we go to the field, we listen to mama mbogas, and then tunarudisha report, and that's it. That's what I thought. But it was more, and I think she helped us a lot, because we were divided. We had facilitators and we had a documentation team. So for facilitators, they were anytime we had classes, walikuwa wanaambiwa, so when you're facilitating, you know, this is how you should do this, this is how you should ask questions, etc, etc. So for people like, I know the first day Mike, not Mike trainer, but Mike our colleague, the first day Mike had his workshop as a facilitator, it was kind of a struggle for him, and we could see, and we even told him. But coming back to class akiongea na Niti akamwambia, maybe this is how you should go next time, this is how you should handle the people. So the second time Mike had his training, it was amazing. He was well coordinated, he knew how to handle his audience, he knew how to ask questions, etc. So Niti helped us to be good facilitators than we were before.
I've done facilitations before, but I've never done facilitation with older people, like let's say they are mama mbogas. You know, some they're your mother's age or even older, so you're wondering how would you tell someone contribute. It was kind of hard to even start telling them, what do you have. So at some point you have to really have extra, apart from facilitation, really needed to have other extra skills to make people really engaging, because at some point maybe they are there and then maybe someone has something, they don't know how to put it across, so you really have to be with the ladies. But then the sessions facilitating and getting the information from Niti, I think it was really helpful. I've never done this kind of facilitation, so I think I gained some skill from facilitating with older people. With kids, they are very hyper, they're jumpy, everyone is ready to give. Someone is like, you can't talk before me. But you see, with older people, it's not the same thing. You have to go an extra mile for them to speak out. Yeah.
I don't even think she knew this, but I think she helped us to better our skills and to try new things. Yeah, there were some people who never even facilitated. To be honest, in my entire life, Sijajua Lawrence anaweza facilitate, and I don't think he has ever facilitated anywhere because he's normally quiet, but he did.
I think approach better ni ku experiment. juu ina get watu out of your comfort zone, anajaribu kufanya Kenya anaogopa kufanya. So really the moment tunajua kuna madhara tule experiment na yeye, but yeye hadi later on tukirudi anasema, tukimuinterview last time na alikuwa anasema hata hizi ni mnaona saa hizi ni tukianza kwanza alikuwa anasema nyanya nauza hiyo siku ni aliacha kuvunjika na nyanya mzuri. Hadi anasema hizi nyanya zenye nauza saa hizi ni nyanya zenye nilinunua jana na just spoil, so nauza leo na bado hazijaribika. Ukiangalia tena alikuwa anatuambia team hata saa hizi kabla nikuje hapa nilikuwa already nishaanza kutembea kwa sasa nikiuza zingine kabla nikuje hapa ndio kujaribu kuboost sales. Atungejaribu kuexperiment na yeye, labda hangeaja get out of your comfort zone, angeanza kupigia simu ama kujaribu kutembea akijaribu kuuza saa nyingine kabla kuja kwa ini. Ingekuwa ni better tukijaribu kuexperiment na sasa juu labda pia socially place na naishi ni different. Kuna place yenye ikikata totally to get your feeling kwa nini imekata huko totally, na kuna place ingework kabisa hata kuliko vile ilikuwa Mathare. So labda tunafaa combine zote mbili, kuexperiment nao na pia kuwafunza class.
Everyone understands their business, and I cannot come and tell them, implement this in your business. They might just implement because of the project, or they just want to please me or something of that sort, but then they will not do it because they want to do it. So the way we went, and then we were listening to them, we suggest something to them, and then they'll be like, no, we don't think that your strategy can work, and we think maybe our strategy works better. If maybe we add this to our strategy, then it will be really nice.
I think the team did very well, and under the guidance of Niti, because she was actually the captain of the ship. She kind of steered us. She didn't carry us on her back, but she helped us build a roadmap and a blueprint to what we tried to achieve.
Shosho, Camila ametuambia alisikia na mtu na tumekuwa kila kitu unasoma hapo naenda unamwambia pia yeye. Ni nani huyo, situeleze?
Ni msana mwingine anakula chips. Naendaga namuelezea na akaniambia pia yeye anasikia anaweza kuwa kiendelea hivyo.
Inasaidia watu. Asante sana.